Again, this football season, so the last 24 hours really hadn't been a lot different for me. We worked 7 days a week, and we came to work yesterday just like we did any other day.
How'd that go down yesterday, though? I saw you in the parking lot, and you said you hadn't talked to anybody yet, and then within a matter of minutes, you're the interim head coach here.
It was totally true. I was sitting in the car talking to my wife, and I get out, and this gentleman come up to me, and he's like, "Are you the new head coach?" I said, "Not to my knowledge." And I went inside, and my phone was out there, and Coach, Vince called me and told me what was going on, and so that's how I found out.
What do you say to the team once you're named interim head coach? What will you say to these guys this week to kind of get them right?
Well, again, I think, the bottom line is everything that we do got to be about this team, the seniors and the young men that are in this program. We're going through tough times. They're used to winning. We're not. And the thing that we want to do is try to make these next 2 weeks as fun as we can possibly make them.
Vince said that he believes the talent level here is better than what they've been playing. Do you also believe that?
Well, again, you always can be better. There's no doubt about it. If you're a football player and you think that you arrived, then you're probably not a very good football player. Even as a coach, if you think you're at the top of your game as a coach, and that's the way you feel, then you're not a very good coach either. So, you always can get better, and we definitely can play better.
Lorenzo, with the guys, Vince said that they respect you, and some of the guys have come out and tweet on Twitter and said about the respect that they have for you. What does that make you feel like? It's a tough situation, but for them to kind of back you up after what they've been through, what's that make you feel like?
Well, it always makes you feel good when you have young men that believe in you, and I've always told people this is a wonderful opportunity to be coaching at a Power 5 school, but it's bigger than football for me. It's always been bigger than football for me because I think we are put into a situation where we have the responsibility to develop and help produce young men after football. And that's always been my approach. I always want to make sure that I'm coaching them on the football things, but I want to talk to them about life as well.
I know how you are, and I know it's football season, but last night when you went home, was your head kind of spinning? And what's this like for you to be in this situation?
Not at all. Really, I'm blessed to have this opportunity to be the interim head coach at Louisville, and the thing that I constantly think about is the young men that we're dealing with that's coming in this building every day, trying to get better as a football team. And so it's not about Coach Ward and him being the interim head coach. When I spoke with the staff that's here yesterday, I told them this is not going to be about me. It's not going to be about them. This is going to be about what we're going to do for these young men for the next 2 weeks.
What was their response to Vince's comments yesterday, and did you learn anything about your team and how they responded?
Actually, I don't know what their comments were because we weren't in the meeting.
Gotcha.
We couldn't be in the meeting because if we was in the meeting, then we couldn't practice tonight. So it was Vince and his staff only.
Have you learned anything about their response since that meeting?
Well, again, you hear things, and I know that the guys are excited about the change from some standpoint. A lot of them are excited because Coach Petrino did a great job here, and he did all these young men that are here now was recruited by Coach Petrino, and they know that's an opportunity that you just don't get every day to come and play at a school like Louisville in a Power 5 conference and having that opportunity. So they're real appreciative of what he's done, but they're happy about seeing some change because, again, when you go through a season, you lost 7 games in a row, everybody thinks that you need change.
Vince and a lot of other people suggested, and Vince specifically in the press conference yesterday, that the effort from the players wasn't what it needed to be, and said you could see that on film. Do you agree with that?
Not totally. Again, I'm a coach, and Vince is looking from his standpoint. Of course, we always can give better effort. There's plays that we grade every Sunday on the young men that play that guys get lows, and you don't want to see that as a coach. And so we definitely can pick up our effort. But I think overall the guys has given great effort, but I don't think they've given the maximum effort.
How do you juggle with the staff changes, not just Coach Petrino, but Nick and LD and Ryan, also losing those guys and going forward with the guys that you do still have here? Do you just kind of have to move responsibilities around?
Yeah, and what we're going to do, I'll go ahead and put it on record. Coach Van Gorder on defense, still be the defensive coordinator. He'll coach the linebackers. Grady Brown was the corners coach. He'll coach the entire secondary. So he'll coach the safeties and the corners now. I'll move to the D-line. I have some D-line experience from South Carolina. And me and J.B. Lagerman will coach the D-line together. And that's how we'll do the defensive side of the ball. And then the offensive side of the ball, Coach Galloway and Coach Summer are still the coordinators, but Coach Galloway will be the play caller on Saturday. And he'll also coach the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks and the receiver will meet together, and in practice, Fishback, when our GAs will do the quarterback drills. And then, of course, Kobe is the running back coach, and Coach Summers the line coach, and we still have the same tight end coach, Richard.
Have you talked to Coach Petrino since the firing?
I have not. I have not seen him. I have not spoken to him. I did send him a text, and he responded, and that's where we are.
What steps will you take during the week to make sure that the guys, the coaches left, are prepared to organize the team and game plan for Saturday? I know you said Lonnie will call the plays. What adjustments do you have to make up for losing the guys you lost yesterday?
Well, again, it's, anytime you are put in this situation and you're shorthanded, everybody have to pull together and do other duties. And I think I feel very confident that Coach Galloway and the offensive staff will put together a simple, really good game plan for our quarterbacks and the offense, and that's what we're going to do on defense with Coach Van Gorder.
You reached out to all the recruits yesterday?
I talked to a good many.
What was your message to them? I know they have a lot of change.
Well, again, I think anytime you choose a school, it shouldn't be about a coach. It should be about that university, and that was my message to them. Coaches can change every day, whether it's a negative change or it's a positive change when coaches decide to leave jobs. So you choose a school because you love that environment, you love that program. And so that's what every young man I talked to yesterday, that's the message I gave them.
But how did you get your nickname?
Well, that's a good question, but the true story is, we was in spring practice when I played Alabama, and a guy came across the middle, and I hit him fairly hard, and Coach Curry said that you really whammed that guy, and then it took off. All the players started calling me Whammy. I was telling someone yesterday that if you went back to Alabama today and asked them how Lorenzo's doing, they ask you who you're talking about. You ask them how Whammy's doing, they'll tell you he's at Louisville, hopefully doing a good job.
People call you that around here also, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's a known name. It's a known name, and because the way I got it, I appreciate that name.
Do you prefer